Investor sentiment is swinging as tariff tensions return to the global stage. U.S. President Trump's fresh trade rhetoric is triggering real-time diplomatic fallout, even as tech and capital markets flash strength in select corners. Meanwhile, global consumer dynamics are shifting from Africa's grocery aisles to America's pharmaceutical shelves, reminding us that the political economy of trade is no longer playing by the old rules. My name is Eniola Lunge, and here's today's Zoom Out for August 5, where I help you see the bigger picture. President Trump has imposed a 39% tariff on Swiss imports, sparking diplomatic urgency and investor alarm, according to reporting from CNBC. In the same interview, he touted up to 250% tariffs on pharmaceutical imports, calling it an issue of American health independence. Swiss pharmaceutical giants saw immediate share drops, and Swiss President Karin Keller-Sutter arrived in Washington today to negotiate with the Trump administration. U.S. pharma stocks wobbled as the industry recalibrated for potential cost and supply chain shocks. So what's your Zoom Out takeaway? This isn't a trade threat, it's an active disruption. The White House is weaponizing tariffs, not just for leverage, but for ideology. Palantir Technologies, a data integration company, achieved a significant milestone in Q2 2025, reporting its first ever quarterly revenue exceeding $1 billion, significantly surpassing analyst expectations. This 48% year-over-year revenue increase was driven by strong demand for its AI platforms across both government and commercial sectors. Following the earnings beat and raised guidance for the year, Palantir stock soared, hitting an all-time high and demonstrating its growing influence in the AI and defense tech landscape. So what's your Zoom Out takeaway from this? Palantir's record-breaking performance underscores a critical shift in the technology landscape. The convergence of artificial intelligence across various sectors is creating immense opportunities for specialized software providers. Palantir, with its deep roots and burgeoning commercial presence, is strategically positioned at the forefront of this revolution. Nigeria recorded a significant increase in capital inflows in the first quarter of 2025, according to reporting from Reuters. Total capital importation in Q1 2025 rose by 67.12% compared to Q1 2024, reaching over $5.6 billion. The majority of these inflows were from portfolio investments, primarily in equities and fixed income. Analysts credit this surge to recent foreign exchange liberalization efforts by the Central Bank of Nigeria, tighter monetary policy, and improved liquidity in the official FX window. These inflows represent a reversal from 2023, when confidence declined due to multiple naira devaluations. Under President Tinubu's administration, the CBN has implemented reforms aimed at restoring investor trust. Inflation remains a challenge, although it has been eased and was reported at 22.97% in May. Structural risks still persist, including issues with infrastructure, security, and dependence on oil revenues. So what's your Zoom Out takeaway? Nigeria's capital markets are showing signs of renewed activity, but sustaining this momentum will depend on continued consistency in policy implementation and addressing underlying structural challenges. Chemours, DuPont, and Corteva have reached a proposed agreement to pay $875 million to the state of New Jersey over claims of widespread PFAS contamination, also known as forever chemicals, due to their persistence in the environment. The agreement also includes provisions for the companies to fund cleanup efforts at multiple sites. A remediation funding source of up to $1.2 billion will be established for this purpose. A reserve fund of $475 million will also be created to ensure the cleanup is fully funded in the event that any of the companies experience bankruptcy or other financial difficulties. The total value of the settlement is estimated to be approximately $2.5 billion and is being described by New Jersey officials as the largest environmental settlement ever achieved by a single U.S. state. The settlement still requires public review, with a 60-day public comment period is expected to begin in September before final court approval. So what's your zoom out takeaway? Legacy pollution, such as PFAS contamination, is becoming a significant 21st century liability. This trend highlights that environmental risk is not just an ethical concern, but also a substantial financial one for corporations. Shoprite Holdings, Africa's largest grocery retailer, has announced it will sell its operations in both Ghana and Malawi. This move is part of the company's strategic consolidation efforts, marking a retreat from two markets once slated for expansion. Shoprite cited persistent challenges, including supply chain difficulties, currency volatility, and cost pressures as the primary reasons for the pullout. This latest withdrawal follows earlier exits from Nigeria, Kenya, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and Madagascar. The company plans to focus its resources on core markets in South Africa and Angola. While the brand is still present in Nigeria, it has been operated by franchisee Ketron Investments since 2021, according to the Nation newspaper. Ketron plans to maintain the existing Shoprite outlets and expand their presence, while also focusing on increasing the availability of Nigerian-made products in store. So what's your zoom out takeaway? The decision to scale back reflects broader challenges faced by multinational corporations in navigating fragmented regulatory environments, operational costs, and the need for greater resilience in expanding across Africa. Expanding on the continent requires more than just ambition. It requires local resilience. So the bottom line is this. In today's world, a single presidential interview can erase billions in market value, while a well-executed quarterly earnings report can build it right back. From the White House to West Africa, trade, tech, and trust are the currencies of the new global order. What story stood out to you today? Drop a comment, share your perspective, and don't forget to subscribe for more global context with Zoom Out. When the world zooms in on the noise, I zoom out so you can see the bigger picture.